Welcome to Unusual Suspects, you know the gang. Guys, I hope you lot have been watching Love Island.
Nah, I don't watch that still.
I watch TV.
Nah, I actually don't either still. Rate that.
Yeah, me neither. Like, who watches telly out here? You get me? Like, man, some real shit. You get me? Like, what's that?
Wait, so you watch Love Island?
Nah. So what I was alluding to, yeah, is like the girls on there, most of them have had plastic surgery.
Oh, it's not just one?
Nah, there's couples still. There's an old thing called Laura.
Did you see the, I saw some on, that's disrespect. What did you say?
Fossil, I said she's a fossil.
Nah, but did you see that thing about, on like Daily Star or something, and they were saying Samira has fake lips?
No.
People were like, nah, she's just black.
She's just
bro.
black. Samira hasn't got anything fake. She's just annoying. Nah. But a lot of the girls on there have either had like a breast thing. Okay. Like there's the main thing in there, Megan. She spent 25k on herself. Yeah, body, got fake teeth.
Now,
fake
if she
breast.
told you she ain't getting you a wedding gift, then I would take that personally. But little £170 crap, like that's
I'm still on that.
I'm just saying, innit?
He's on his Usher Raymond. He's on his Usher
Fam,
Raymond.
we started the thing and man got some Ray J thing.
I know.
I
See,
hate
because Ray J's popping. But anyway, let me just, I'm descending. Let me just land. So, obviously, like I've been speaking to quite a few females as well, asking them about whether or not they would get plastic surgery.
What females called?
Just like people that I know. Like, people I know. Well, we don't know females like it.
Nah, still.
Oh, me neither. But you know, oh shit, man. You put man out here like this, man. But anyway, so obviously I just want to know, yeah, because there's like so many girls that would do it. Like, does that bother you lot? Like, would you still wife a ting who's had surgery? Like, if a ting came to you, like, you thought, oh, she's nice, she's like, right, I spent 25k on my body, got a cheek, lifted up my cheeks, changed my nose, put lip plumpers, breasts, batty, all of that. Is that still, like, do you not mind?
I don't blame them.
I can't lie, it was slightly bothered me.
Huh? Hold on.
I don't blame them for doing it.
Go on, elaborate,
100%.
please.
Because like, imagine, like, you see, like, the way, like, for example, like, when we talk about women, like, I know how much you guys rave about the bottom lip. You always talk about a bottom
Hold on,
lip.
what do you mean you guys?
Who's you guys?
You man. No, mine is you, obviously. Sorry.
And me.
Nah, I can't lie, the bottom lip.
I'm in the
The
church.
bottom lip is
I don't get
bottom lip Twitter. Bottom lip Twitter.
Fam, Jesus.
Mine is just us three, yeah? Like, obviously, imagine you're a girl listening on that conversation, like, you have no lips, you're unseasoned, like, you just got nothing going on for you. Like, obviously, you're gonna feel like some sort of way about that. That's why I don't blame them for that, because everybody wants to feel wanted. And like, if you feel like that's how stuff like anorexia and stuff develops, because like we talk about this kind of stuff and about women in a certain way.
So you
I just
think
feel like
you're saying
that's
it's the
why
man's
they feel
fault.
pressure to do it.
You're saying it's men.
Is it
Men are the
awful?
reason
No,
why.
but
I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm saying I don't blame them for like
Brother, why
feeling
do you
that
like
sort of way.
photos?
Huh?
Yeah,
Oh, shit, I don't.
This is I don't really play
The
on
very
TikTok.
fact
I don't-
This is when you guys go on another.
It's massive
put
DJ.
these on.
Alright, sorry.
But no, for real, like I hear what you're saying. However, you have to think about it. If you are changing your face, you can't then have a child, yeah? When your child is growing up and then your child's looking in the mirror and saying, where did I get this big nose from? My dad ain't got it, my mum ain't got it. Who's got this nose? And then your mum's like, well, boy, man, I had the nose thing, but man just paid 10 back, got rid of that still. Like, you can't then turn around and tell your daughter she must love herself for who she is. That's bullshit, because you don't love yourself.
What if she had breathing problems?
I'm not talking about breathing
not
problems.
Low's job, though, is it?
I'm not talking about breathing problems. I'm talking about like real shit. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but there are some people like their nose is preventing them from finding a mate. Like they are.
What do you mean? What are you
They have a proper beat.
Finding a mate.
Have you seen
Here in the wild,
Have
we
you
have
seen-
a big nosed bitch. She is struggling to find a mate.
have you seen those? Have you
can't breathe.
seen those before and after pictures? Like those pictures changed my life, and it's not even my nose. Like you see those, and it's like, wow, like that made a big difference to you. Like if you
Do
see,
you know what? Do you know why I'm saying this? Because you're from the Arabic culture, a lot of girls do this.
that is true.
So
A lot of
that's
them.
why
Oh,
he's
is that
got
why
to back
he's-
them.
oh,
Yeah, he's
no,
got
no.
to back them. He's got to back them.
No, not really.
But I hear you. I hear
I'm gonna get the harissa page.
Yeah, man, because obviously that's present in his world, innit? So I understand that you've got both sides. But you got to look at it from a perspective of you can't turn around and be expecting women to love themselves for who they are when they're altering themselves like this. You have to remember, surgery is not easy, fam. It's a dangerous thing. Do you get me?
It is, especially
You
like,
can die in surgery, fam.
If you do it properly, no. But like, there are people who like to get it cheaper because that's where it's a bad scenario where they go to like
Turkey and
Poland.
that.
Someone went to Poland and got into like a coma for like 7 weeks because like something ruptured or whatever.
Fam, do you remember when everyone was doing the bum injections? And the thing, and I don't know what it was some sort of poison and it was making their bums explode or some shit. Fam! All for what? For Instagram likes? Fam, you better get the fuck out of
You know
here,
what's
fam,
mad
I don't
though?
care.
It's mad because it's like, it's this generation is feels that everything just become very easy. Nobody wants to work for nothing.
Yeah,
Everybody wants
true,
everything
it's
easy. Like you wake up one morning, you know what? I don't like the fact that I've got love handles around there. Rather than take your backside to the gym and start a program, go on a program for 6 weeks, you want to go get liposuction.
You can't get big boobs from the gym now.
We need to, huh?
You can't get
I
big
feel like
boobs
we
from
all
the
need
gym.
to, like, people need to love themselves for themselves, innit?
I
Because
agree.
if you can't love yourself for yourself, and you dislike yourself to the point you're gonna get surgery, when you get into any relationship, the fact that you do not love yourself, you have to then, how are you gonna teach your child to love itself? How are you going to be able to be?
How are you gonna teach them?
Your relationship is going to be to an extent toxic because you don't love yourself. So if you
Yeah,
don't love
exactly.
yourself, how
How's
can you
that
love?
person supposed
How can
to
you
love?
love your partner? How can you teach your future offspring to love themselves?
Exactly.
Yeah, and also like your kid can't be hearing you say, "Oh, you need to love yourself" when you don't love yourself.
Exactly.
I think what's happened here is that women just don't understand that they run the game. So
It's so true.
so many like anything that women do, we get drawn to. We like it because we like women. Well, those men that like women, obviously, do you get me? Like you think about it. If I'm telling you,
right now.
fam,
Can
I'm
I just
telling
jump
you,
in? I'm sorry, I really have to make a comment on this. I think Ryan has more of a point. In terms of how men...
seal of approval, right
No,
there.
no.
It's like the expectation
In
of
the
women to
sense-
be a certain way.
Exactly. It's like there's these constant comments that go around about how women should look
Right.
and what you desire in women. And
Right.
women are altering themselves to become more desirable to you.
Right.
And then because of
Yeah.
that, that's where that lack of self-love comes in.
but
That's
listen-
kind of the problem.
But listen
where
to me.
It's like you're saying be yourself, but then you're talking about, oh, she's not hot enough because of this, that, and that, and that, and that. And I think these are the things we pay attention to.
but it's
as well.
because people have tried to make requirements on what beauty is. Now, what I'm trying to
The
say
media
to
has
you,
helped with that.
yeah, you can blame whoever you want to blame, but when somebody talks about meeting something, like there's a difference between, I don't know, as guys we talk about, there's a difference between a girl that you would just beat and a girl that you would wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not just visually, but it's also qualities. So you can be visually beautiful, but if I can't have a conversation with you, then you can no longer be wife. You can never be bae. Do you get me? But what I'm trying to say in terms of visually, when you are trying to visually appeal to the masses,
Yes.
it's, to me, it screams insecurity. It says to me, look at me, I want to be loved, please give me attention. But what you need to realize is that you can do that, and that may be fine for you, but you have to remember that there's some people that may not be as strong as you, so they may change themselves based on the fact that you've changed yourself, not knowing that there's also a change in mentality that you need to have. You see what I'm saying?
No, I agree
So
with that.
when and most people, once they go under the knife once, that's not the only time.
They keep going.
That's not the only time.
No,
And to me personally, I can't be with someone who's, oh yeah, doctor's appointment every other month. That's long for me. That's dead. I can't do that. Like, I don't mind scars and that. I've got scars and that. But not surgery scars, bro. That's a different thing. Do you get me? For me, no, I know. Don't even-
Yeah, but I feel like that's easy for you to say because you're not subject
true, I
to
know
that.
you-
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Men are doing it more now.
Yeah,
as
but
well.
yeah,
men are. Do you know what men are doing? They're sucking the fat out of their stomach so their six pack shows.
Yeah, I get that, but like
They
it's
get
much
injections
easier to
in their
go.
biceps.
Yeah, but there's more of a gym culture
To
with
Miami.
guys. Like it's much easier to go to a gym than to suddenly get big boobs. Like there's no gym for your boobs. Like you can't do anything. Like
Do you know what you can
can't.
do to get bigger boobs?
Get bigger pecs.
No, have you?
Get pregnant.
Have
Yeah, but
you?
even then, it doesn't get that much bigger,
Right.
and that's a
not-
mad.
no, but
that's
it's
a
not-
mad. What?
No, but
so
it's not-
The
it's
sole reason you have a kid is just to get bigger. boobs.
But listen,
You know what? Sorry. So touching on what Tracy said. Sorry to interrupt everybody. But it doesn't make sense because the woman, why would she want or care for bigger boobs unless guys rave about it?
Yeah,
no, listen, I'm not saying it's the only factor.
It's you specifically. It's a general consensus of the stuff
It's
that's
not.
coming out.
It's not the only factor, but a lot of guys talk X, Y, Z. Again, you've got media influences as well. You've got a lot of influences from different perspectives or from different points, and all of which are being absorbed by any female, and it's going to cause insecurities. That's not to say that all those insecurities that you have to take on board and say, right, this is what's wrong with me, I need to change that. But because at some stage you need to take accountability and learn how to love yourself.
Listen, yeah. The thing in Love Island, Laura, the grandma thing. Alright, let me let you know.
I say the grandma thing.
Let me let you know. Now she got breast surgery now, yeah. And cause she's 37, them things still hang on her belly button. What now? It hasn't changed anything. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So people are thinking about right now and thinking, okay. Fam, I heard what you said.
I
Fam.
don't think you're responding to what I said.
Basically, all of you are right.
Oh,
None
yeah.
of you are
But
incorrect.
it's just coming from different angles.
It's just more. It all connects somehow.
Personally, I just feel sorry, like, and I'm not being like a people pleaser or woman pleaser, by the way, because I'm normally controversial, but like, I just feel sorry for women. Like, a good example is because we were talking about Kylie Jenner, yeah. So I was looking, like, when she, did you see how she used to look like before plastic?
Perfect example.
Yeah, okay, but let me say why I feel sorry for her then.
Go on, tell me why you feel sorry for this billionaire.
Listen.
Come on, you can't just put
tell
money.
me why you
can't
don't
say you
listen,
don't
tell me
feel
why
sorry.
you feel sorry for the billionaire.
She didn't choose to be born in a rich family anyway. So immediately she's in this spotlight. People are laughing at her because I'm not gonna lie, like she had no lips. No, people were laughing at her for having no lips. Oh, look at this girl, she had no lips. If you look at her comments, she would get bullied online every day. So the moment she's like, all right, let me do something about that, so people stop bullying me. We get lip fillers, and then people start banging on about how she's fake and she's plastic. So it's like on one hand, oh, you get bullied for being flat. You have no arse, you have no lips. Then the other hand, oh, why is she getting plastic surgery? So it's like this person got win. So like, how do you not feel sorry for a girl like that?
Twofold. Gal come in different shapes and sizes. You gotta own your source. Two, if she had a problem with the lips thing, just come offline, innit? If you can't hack it, come offline.
No, that's her money. That's her business. That's where her money's coming from.
That's where her bitch.
It is.
Bro,
when she goes out the house, she has cameras on
She's
her.
born into a rich family. She's got dough.
No, but she's trying to make her own dough, like, and her dough was coming from her being online. Yes, she did.
Fam, if she was anybody, if she wasn't who she wasn't born.
No, but what I'm saying to you is, alright,
hold on.
I know what you mean.
If she wasn't born in that family,
Yeah.
and she's basically, I'm just saying she's not a self-made billionaire.
No, I don't
She's
believe
not
that
self-made.
either. But what I'm
Her
saying to
name
you is
was made her
that
famous.
she has. It's not like she's just gone with the family and like. No, what I'm saying is she's done something to make herself. Because she's the most. You know, she's the most.
blueprint, fam.
No, but you know,
She's
she's
a black
the most.
man. She followed the blueprint.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Go
Do you know
on.
where?
Let her run. Read
No,
it
I know
off.
what you mean,
Read
but
it
do you know
off.
where Kylie
Read it
Jenner's
off.
fame actually comes from? It's the fact that she got those lip fillers, yeah, and there was so much about it, so she made a lip kit product, and that lip kit product went off. That's where like her money's come from. Oh,
She followed the blueprint.
What did
got
she
herself
do?
A black man.
Right.
But I feel like she was already popping.
She
before
broke
that.
up before that black. She broke up with that black man.
See?
Or with another black man.
You don't
But
think
who's the first
You don't
black
think
man?
Tiger put her on? You don't think Tiger put her on?
She's a Kardashian. She don't need to be put on.
So then what are you talking about making
I don't
a
think Tiger
business
put her
online, fam?
What I'm
She's
saying
already on. So what I'm trying to
No. What I'm saying to you is, she has that platform to. She doesn't have to do anything in her life.
We're taking a mad tangent.
All I'm gonna say is this: I think just everyone's just trying to be loved, and they're desperately training themselves to get loved.
Yeah, no.
But
That's
do
basically what
you
it
not
is.
feel like it has a lot to do with obviously the stimuli in the world, especially like
Of
social
course.
media, things like
That's the
Tinder,
problem.
like dating nowadays is. I know this is
Too
a massive
many
tangent
people
again.
are looking at you more than they were before. Before, you would only worry about somebody like your neighbor seeing you. Now that you have millions of people to access you and see what you look
You need
like,
to look
that's
good.
why now people are desperately trying to alter themselves, try to fit what they think is the ideal
Boy, and
and what's going to get them a mate.
At the
Because
end-
everybody wants to what? Be loved.
No, it's true. I do slightly feel sorry for women as well.
And
It's the thing
it's a
where
lot.
listen,
it's like I know they're the ones you said about. They're the ones that run the game, yeah. But it's like it's a thing where
women run the game.
it's true, but it's a
We
thing
do,
where like
but-
everything,
What women you
everything
have
like
to teach is you like
they
running the
see, everything they like hear, everything they receive is like it comes out to them from men. Like, if you look at on TV, when you see all these like lingerie companies and stuff, whatever, yeah, there's a certain type of woman that's being picked and it's being picked by men.
Yeah.
So it's like
Wait.
That's true.
Do you always think that?
what?
It's always been picked by men.
At the top, there's always a man most of the time.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
So what I'm saying, and so it's a thing where they run the game, but it's like we kind of run all the information that gets towards them. So it's a thing. And if you want to be a girl, yeah, and let's say I want to be a model, I'm like, oh, I have to look this kind of way, this certain type of way to be a model. Like,
I hear you, but pause. Because as 4 males sitting here, I guarantee there's at least one thing about you you don't like. For example, I've got
100%.
I have a gap in my tooth.
100%.
yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I'm saying? There's things about me that
100%.
I said that the one I got.
Oh,
one thing.
That's what I'm saying. But you're not phoning doctor.
No, because I feel like
girls care
don't
as much.
need to.
That's where it's different.
Exactly, 'cause
Women
men are
pay
like-
attention more to the aspects of you that we like above your looks.
I agree with
That's
that.
why you will see women who are very attractive who go out with men who might, let's say, not meet the quota.
But it
of
could
a-
Jay-Z and
but
that,
it
man.
could be it could be exactly the same on the other way round.
No, but it could be, but it isn't.
No,
Yeah, no, that's true.
No, but it could be the other way round though.
But it could be, but it will
but
never
it's
be
not.
like that.
It's not.
It's been like
Yeah.
that.
At a
for-
certain moment,
Even from caveman
it's not.
times, yeah, you cared about the girl who had the bigger hips that could carry
Literally.
baby, and she cared about the guy that can get her like the food, and that's how it is. And it's
Yeah.
like that now, but in a more sophisticated way.
Yeah.
I disagree. Cause right now, like, I'm in a situation where, like, boy, the conversation just like
Yeah, no.
the conversation. It's like a beyond the physical thing. Like,
mentally
it
stimulated.
didn't. Mentally, like on a spiritual level. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
So I hear what you're saying, and I think for a lot of people, yeah, they will go for looks, and that's what things like Tinder and all the online dating things are about, and why people are just on that. But I feel like
It's a
I
shame.
don't know what's going on.
I see what you're saying. We're talking about it more, so like we're more aware of it. So we're not let. But my thing is, calm when you're aware of it. But like, how often are we aware that we're only doing something because that person's attractive? Like, it's a real thing as well. Like in the business world and like everything. Like people get promotions based on this. People get the job based. If you're an attractive woman, you're way more likely to get a job than if you're not
that's
attractive.
another thing as well. Actually,
That's
another thing.
true.
That's another thing. Because
That's
obviously,
true.
like,
Pretty privilege.
you'll see in
Yeah.
I saw
That's
the
a
other
real.
thing.
That's a real thing.
It's
you know?
true.
But it's mad because you've got feminists who will say, you know what, I don't like, you shouldn't treat us differently because of our gender. But, and I'm not like generalizing, but I'm sure a lot of people who will say that will still take promotion.
They take advantage of that.
They'll take advantage of it for the positives, but they don't like the negative.
And they'll deny that's where they got it.
Of course.
But that's
We
also
have
why
to.
you may feel sorry for them as well, because maybe they did genuinely work for that.
And
People are gonna be like,
you just got it because you're prettier than
Yeah.
I just think it's a shame because we have young girls growing up, primary school. Do you get me? And if you're looking to the older generation as something to aspire to, it's not very good.
Nah,
in my
it's
opinion,
getting worse
I
and
wouldn't
worse,
want my daughter to say, "Oh, Dad, I want to do this to my body because I'm not happy." Do you know what I mean? But this is just me. So regardless of all this stuff do you know what I mean? But it doesn't seem like nobody does. Because what it seems to me is that it seems to be more and more acceptable for women to not be happy with themselves and feel like the easy route is to just do that. As opposed to from you're young, you're supposed to know you are an individual and your beauty is supposed to be individual. So yes, this person, Fred, Alfred, George, all them man, they may not see that. But that's not for them to see. Do you see what I'm saying?
No,
We're trying to be desired by everybody. We want everybody to like us and everybody to comment on our pics and everyone to. But it's not that. Sometimes you've got to remember your sauce is only meant for certain chips.
But that starts. I get that.
I don't even
I'm
think
gonna
it's
write
that
that one down.
sometimes. I feel like
What I was going to say is, I feel like it starts at home in terms of that's based on the parents that you have and how they raised you and how they made you feel about yourself. If you're growing up with insecurities and no one's securing or reminding you that everything about you is great and you don't need to overthink everything and try to fit into that mold, then you're likely to become susceptible and weak to all the pressures that we have because again, it's social media, it's everywhere.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like even now, because of the way social media is, your parents could teach you to love yourself, but you can spend so much time on social media seeing
loving
things,
yourself.
and it's just like,
So if
My parents
if your daughter came to you and said, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, I want fat transfer or this,
Yeah.
you're happy with that?
I'm not happy with that. But I would be sad because I feel like
Why
obviously
not?
that's what I'm saying.
It
Everyone,
makes you feel like you felt as a parent.
yeah, exactly.
If
It
they
would make
came to
me,
you and said
but
that.
what I'm saying is I actually understand like why people are doing it. Do you know what I mean? Because
So
I
then
feel
you have to be able to understand why your daughter would want to do it then.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I understand why my daughter would want to do that because she's seen all these people that she's aspired to who have had it done to them, and she don't look like them, so she's like, oh, I wouldn't look like them.
But what about women who get surgery based on, let's say, if they had cancer, or if they,
But that's completely
wait,
different.
or if they lost loads of weight?
But that's completely
and now
different.
things
No, that's a
are-
cosmetic thing.
Yeah, but that's not the
Why?
same as I want to have breasts like her.
No, but
It's not the
what's
same.
wrong-
Like,
what's wrong with
it's like when people wear wigs. There's a lot of people that have alopecia. When they're going through chemo, they lose their hair, so they want to wear wigs. No one's saying nothing. Do you know what I mean? But when you've got hair, but you're just purposely hiding it and putting on a wig because you can't be bothered to do your hair, it's different. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm not talking about the people that may need.
What's
to
wrong
get
with the woman
something.
with no
Of course,
hair,
I'm
though?
not talking about them people. I'm just talking about the people that are looking at society and saying, I want to fit into
Yeah,
that.
okay, but
mold."
why? What's wrong with the woman having no hair? Why can't
No one
she
said
appreciate
that
that as
man.
beauty?
No one said so.
No, but you're saying, so why does she need to put on a wig then? In your case,
Because when you're going through chemo, yeah, you lose stuff that you do not want to lose. Your body changes in a way
Yeah,
that
and
you
when
can't. Your body changes in a way you can't affect. You can go gym, but when you're going through chemo, you're not eating properly. You feel sick. You feel tired. You feel lethargic. So your body is changing in front of you. Do you know what I mean? To a point where you can't even recognize yourself. You wouldn't want to lose your eyebrows on your hair, but that's just what the chemo does. So I understand when you got. Of course, you might want to put a wig on. It might make you feel pretty.
yeah, but when you get
Yeah.
older, that kind of happen. Obviously, way less exaggerated than when you have chemo. But when you get older, your hormones change. You put on weight a lot easier. Like going to
But
the gym
that's-
especially if you're working, you can only go to the gym a few times a week or whatever. or a
Fam, we're
couple.
talking about two
Like-
different things, fam. You're talking about aging. I'm talking about something that's
No, but
happening
I'm-
to somebody that's not their fault.
No, yeah, but it's not your fault. You're getting older either. You can't.
That's
stop
why he's
yourself from
saying
getting
that. Like
older.
some people might do that stuff because their bodies are changing.
Like, they get-
the way
they-
look
they-
like.
you know-
and they can't control it because they're.
You're talking about people with chemo, right? Going through chemo that are wearing wigs and shit. Yeah, I'm saying it's completely justifiable.
But why? It's only justifiable because you feel
reason-
sorry for them.
The
But I
reason
don't know, but I
the reason
explained
why-
to
The
you.
reason why, if you're losing your hair, and it's not a case of being accepted, it's that you've had hair, and then you lost your hair tragically. It's different from if you just decided one day, you know what, my boobs aren't as big as I want them to be, my bum's not the way I want it to be, my lips aren't the way I want them to be, so I'm gonna do something about it.
Yeah, okay, when I was 21, I used to have a beautiful body. I hit 35, my hormones kicked in, I've gotten fat.
It's not. It's
So you want to go, you used to have that, you used to have
Let's say
that,
you had that really
and then you
nice-
changed because of age,
So
so
you're
you want to
using-
go back to how you were. It's
You're
just-
comparing
it's-
cancer and age.
No, but you're only saying cancer because like it's
Because I was talking about
it's a-
chemo.
it's-
I was talking about chemo. That's why I said.
Yeah, but chemo. Okay, I used to not have cancer. Cancer kicked in, and I'm trying to be how I looked like before. Obviously, I'm fine. That's why I'm.
The problem is, if for people who have had chemo and are going through that, going out on the street without their hair,
gets looks.
Yeah.
people will stare. You might feel a bit more self-conscious, so
You're
you'll see them
already
wear a
self-conscious, fam.
bandana around their head.
You're already self-conscious.
But what I'm saying
But if
is,
you're ginormous, you'll also get looks. If you weigh like 200 kilos, you're gonna get looks on the
But
bottom.
what's the
to that,
choice?
bro.
What's the choice? What's the choice?
Sometimes being 200 kilos isn't a choice. There's mental health involved. There's hormones involved. There's the fact that you simply don't have the availability to go to the gym all the time because either you're not making enough more money or you don't have enough time.
Alright,
to
let's
go.
wrap. What's the overall thing here? Because I don't even know.
So yeah, we went off on a tangent, but all I'm trying to say is that I feel like society has failed women in a lot of ways to make them feel like they need to be accepted by doing these certain things. And I would hate not even just my daughter, but my girl or my cousins or sisters or any female that I'm close to feel that they would need to do this to feel more accepted in society. So that's my wrap up in it.
Well, if you're jumping to me, yeah, I'm on this stance where I don't blame women for wanting to do that because we don't live in an ideal world where we're going to be accepting. Like at the end of the day, women are going to, like for going to a job or trying to get into a relationship, they're always going to be judged for certain things, just like guys are judged for certain things as well. So I don't blame them. I think that if you're already happy with who you are and you just want to fix some things just because it's your body, so you can do whatever you want with it, you shouldn't be judged for doing that, in my opinion. Like if you want to do that, don't be judged. That's calm. I ain't gonna hate you if you do plastic surgery or not. I think if you're happy with yourself and you're not just doing it because you think it'll make you happier and you just want to change things just because, then I'm fine with that. But like, I don't think you should be pressured into doing that. I think that's wrong. That's my take on it.
Sean?
It's mad. I just think I feel like women do it more, and I feel like men are partially responsible for why like a lot of women are doing plastic surgery. 'Cause I feel like us, we base a lot of things more on the physical than women. As in, like the first thing when we see a girl, the first thing we always say is like
Body. Or
yeah, her body or whatever. Whereas like I feel like women are a bit deeper than that. I'll be honest. Like I feel like men sometimes are a bit. So I think that's where the problem comes from, because at the end of the day, everyone likes to be liked. Everyone likes to be accepted. So it's a thing where some people feel like the way they'll be accepted or liked is by altering certain things about their body, and like that's just how it is.
I feel like I understand where you're all coming from. I feel like again you've got to learn how to love yourself. I feel like plastic surgery, yes, Ryan, I agree. If you want to change your body, it's your body, no one can judge you. But at the same time, if you change one thing you don't like, and then something else happens that you don't like, at some point you have to learn. You know what? Like I'm me, and like Cole was saying, your sauce isn't for everybody's chips, innit? So no, real talk. You have to own your own. You have to own your own sauce. Just because you might think someone doesn't like the gap in your teeth or rare tear, someone else will. Someone else will like this. Someone else will like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I get all sides of the argument, but I feel like overall we need to be teaching the whole self-love thing. We need to be loving ourselves before we expect anyone else to love us, before we can show anybody else love.
Trust me. Yeah, that's us. US suspect. You don't know.
Let us know what you think in the comments below. Is society failing women? Do they need to get plastic surgery because of the media and these men?
Because I don't really care about tic-tac-toe.
Reason old.
I'm not gonna bring one to get my mold. Man, that was a designer thing for you, man. You get me? Let's get rid of the mold. You get me?